This is Route 5 in Tallaght, which is going to take us out of the test centre and left onto Broomhill Road. Again, just taking the usual good observation coming out through the exit, looking up and down the footpath to make sure it's clear, and out onto Broomhill Road. As we make our approach to the bend here, just be careful for any buses or trucks that may be parked around the corner. It's fairly clear here today, so once you get around here, we're moving out from the parked car. Just get your speed up into fourth gear and up to 50 kilometers an hour. Down to the end of the road, we're going to be turning right onto Arten Road. This part of the route follows much the same course as routes 3 and 4. It's a yield junction here, if you remember, but again, you're going to probably have to stop. You really do have to stop because it's quite a busy road and your view coming down is quite obscured with the trees. Once it's safe to go, then we're going to make our way out onto Arten Road, and again up to 50 kilometers an hour and into fourth gear if possible. It's fairly quiet here today, but usually there's cars parked on the left here. If that's the case, just make sure you're moving out in good time. Move back in again once you've passed the parked cars. Heading up towards the junction with Belgard Road, and we're going to be turning left. The filter light on these traffic lights isn't great, particularly the one on this side is fairly faint. So make sure you look at both lights. The one again up beside Burger King is a little bit more visible, but we have a filter light here, so we're just making our turn, just making sure it's safe. And we're back out onto Belgard Road. At the roundabout up ahead, we're going to be turning right. So we're going to take good observation and move into the right lane in good time. And we're making our turn then onto Belgard Square North. Again, take a good observation. Right indicator will be on here, and then signalling left once you pass the exit there before the one you're taking. And straight ahead at the next roundabout, second exit, again keeping over to the left, but don't go over too far. Just make sure you stay far enough over. You don't want to move over too close to the curb. So straight ahead here, and we're approaching the roundabout at Tallaght Hospital now, and again we're going to take the second exit, the road straight ahead. Watching for anyone coming out of the hospital, also any traffic coming towards you, and again keeping over to the left when you enter the roundabout, and signal left once you pass that exit. Continuing on up to the next junction, we're going to be turning right onto Cookstown Way, and just pulling in behind the stopped car here. And just moving forward, going to be turning right then. Again, the lights have changed, so we're just going to have to wait for the next light to come. You see a Luas passing. Always make sure when you're stopping that you don't get too close to the car in front. You should be able to see their back wheels on the road. So we have a green light now. We're going to proceed. So we're out onto Cookstown Way, and we're going to take the first left onto Maplewood Road. We came up this way on Route 4 earlier when we went straight ahead of this junction, so this time we're turning left. Again, taking good observation, checking your left mirror. Just watch these ramps here, they're quite high on this road, so I'm taking nice and easy going over them. So coming up to the roundabout here, we're going to take the first exit, the road to the left. Brings us onto Alderwood Avenue. Just watch for the shops on your left as you turn here. It could be traffic coming in and out. Again, we're just going to hang back. We'll let this cars come out their driveway. And they've got out of our way, so we'll just proceed. Try and keep your car moving if you can. I'm going to take then the next left onto Alderwood Way. And at the T-junction, we're turning right onto Alderwood Park. It's a dead end to the left here, but again, that car ahead went out quite fast. We just want to make sure that it is safe to go. Just take it nice and slow. And take a position in the centre of the road. Don't go in behind the parked cars. At the end of this road, we're turning right. Brings us onto the old Blessington Road. And around the bend here, then we're going to be turning right at the next junction onto Tallaght bypass. Just waiting for the green light again. So making your turn out onto the Tallaght bypass into the left lane. Now it's very important as you're coming up here, the tester will normally try and help you here, and it'll give you advance warning of where you're going. We've got two junctions fairly close to each other. We're going straight ahead of this junction, the one immediately ahead of us, but then we're going immediately right. So get into the right lane straight away. If you stay in the left lane coming through this junction, you're going to have to try and come across two lanes fairly quickly before you get to the next one, and it's going to be really, really difficult. So as soon as he gives you the direction that you're going straight ahead, but then right at the following junction, get into the right lane. So we have our green light, again just moving over into the right lane, and again moving over again. So on the green light then we're again looking into the road. Make sure you take good observation and straight ahead. Keep to the right lane here because we have a bus lane on our left. Straight ahead at this junction, but then we're going to be turning right at the following junction. So again, mirror signal moving into the right turning lane. What we don't want to do what that car did, you get an automatic fail in your driving test. Obviously, if you did that, he turned on a red light. So you have to wait for the filter light to come on here. And we're on to Maplewood Road. Just following the road around to the right. And we're going to take the next road on the left. Now be careful here not to indicate too early, because you can see there's an entrance into the supermarket here. You don't want to give a misleading signal, so just put your signal on now. We're turning left into Currentwood Avenue. Just following the road around here again. You can build up a bit of speed once you come around the bends here. The GAA club on your left and a secondary school, so depending on the time of day of your test, you could get quite a bit of traffic around here. Just passing the GAA club now, we can see that we have a car parked on our left, so we're just going to hang back. Just have to wait for the oncoming traffic, and then moving out when it's safe to do so, obviously taking good observation and signalling that you're moving out. We're then going to take the next left onto Fettercairn Road, just on the bend here, so again make sure you don't overshoot it. Once he gives you the direction, just make sure you look to where the turn is into this road. And again, there's a couple of ramps here, just be careful of. Just following the road around. We're going to be taking the next right. It's just past the Fettercairn Youth Horse Project, you'll see on the right hand side. So just taking a right here, then check your mirrors again, make sure you take good observation, changing lane. And turning into this road here, again careful not to cut the corner. And at the junction down here, we're going to be turning right. Just again crossing the Luas line. Be really careful here when you turn to the right here. You can see there's traffic lights just as you get around the corner here. And if they're red, sometimes cars stop here, they think it's their light, but it's actually the light for the other junction, the cars coming from your left. So as you turn here, you see that red light, make sure you don't stop at that. You got an automatic fail if you do. It's not your red light, it's the light for the traffic coming on this main road from your left as you come out onto the road. So following the road, this is Artane Road. We're going to be taking the next left. It's going to bring us onto Cookstown Road. And again, be careful here, take really good observation. The broken line for the bus lane comes very late, so don't go into the bus lane too early, but just take really good observation. And turning left here. We're then going to be taking the first right into Alpine Rise. Just watch for any oncoming traffic. Looking into the road again, keep out to the centre. Quite narrow here, so again watch out for anyone that maybe open the door, or children, if there's any children about. Just following the road around here, sharp bend, and we're going to be coming to a T junction and turning right. Yield junction, so again take good observation. Generally fairly quiet around here. Once you turn to the right here, then you're going to be pulling in and stopping on the left to do the turnabout manoeuvre. So the test will ask you to pull in and stop, and then give you the direction to turn the car around on the road to face the opposite way, and that you can go over and back more than once if necessary. So take really good observation. Nice and slow with the car, nice and quick with the steering wheel. And once that's completed, then they generally ask you to pull in and stop to do the hand signals. When they're done, then you're going to be moving off again, taking good observation. Make sure you check your blind spot moving off. We're now onto the lawn, what's called the lawn. We're in Belgard Heights. At the end of this road, we'll be turning left. There are two roads then on the left that they could pull in and ask you to do the reverse around 2 corners up here. So again, turning left. This corner here, although there's usually a car parked just past the corner, so they probably won't get you to do this one, but the next one is usually free. So we can see it's just a car pulling out here. There could be tests on today. So once the reverse around the corner is done, they could take you left or right after the reverse. So if they take you left, you're going to come back up here to the stop sign, turning right, obviously coming to a complete stop. There's a school to the left. If they take you right after the reverse, you just follow the road around and you actually come back out on this road here to the right and turn left. So you're going to come down this way anyway. They could get you to do a hill start on either of those roads as well. Just following the road all the way down. We're going to be turning right onto the Oaks and then left onto the Heath. We pass the parked cars here on the left, but just make sure you get back over to your side of the line. Don't stay over on the wrong side in case anyone comes around the corner at speed. Once again, closed junction here ahead. Make sure you come out nice and slow. Back into first gear. Don't come out in second gear. Because again, you have cars parked over here on the far side of the road. So anyone coming from your left here is going to be on your side of the road. So you don't want to pull out into their path as they have right away. Down to the end of the road, we're going to go left. Again, stop junction. Make sure you come to a complete stop. We're going to take an immediate right, followed by a right again onto the old Belgard Road. This is an open junction, so you can see as you approach this junction whether there's anyone coming or not. So have a good look left and right. If there's nobody there, you can go out without coming to a complete stop, but again, take a really good observation. So we're out onto the old Belgard Road, and we're going to be turning left of these lights and then immediately right. So make sure once you get around to the left here, you move to the right hand lane straight away. And then into the far right lane for turning. Don't go into the hatch marking, so if you have room to get by, that's fine. We have a green light, so we're going to again make our way across the road. Make sure you don't turn too early here. Go past the central reservation and into the left lane. Don't turn into the right lane unless the left lane is blocked or unless the tester asks you to do so. So back onto the Belgard Road again, approaching traffic lights here. Just come in nice and slow in case they change. Always anticipate a green light. If it's been green for a while, chances are it may go turn to amber as you approach. So you don't want to be having to jam on the brakes as you get close to the light. So just proceeding down Belgard Road, we're going to be turning left down onto Arten Road shortly. This is quite a long route. They don't use it too often. There's one of the testers in particular use it a little bit, but it is quite long. You're probably going to be out about 5 or 10 minutes longer than most of the other routes. So turning left of the lights here, just Burger King is across the road. And again, we're stopping at the lights. It's really important here that when you get the green light, before you make your turn, you ensure there's no cyclists coming down the cycle lane on your left. So back onto Arten Road. And once again, up to 50 into fourth gear if the traffic allows you, which is usually quiet along here, but don't go over the speed limit. It's very easy to do 60 on this road as well. You park cars up ahead, then move out in good time. And we're going to be taking the next left onto Broomhill Road, just coming towards the end of the test. So again, just after this red brick building here on the left, we're going to make our left turn just at the post box, back into second gear coming around here. But again, making good progress up the road if it's safe into fourth gear. Again, make sure you're dropping back to at least third gear as you approach the bend just before the test centre. So just once you get up to here, the tester will just say that you're coming towards the end of your test and like you to make your way into the car park and find a suitable place to park. As you're turning into the car park, if there's nobody coming towards you, you can turn in second gear, but get back into first gear. Once you get into the car park, make sure you glance to your right as you come in through the entrance here. It's very important in case there's anyone coming out of the other side of the car park. And then just find a suitable place to park on the left. And that's the end of Route 5.